Before Olympus, before Asgard, there was Canaan. From the deserts, mountains, and storm-forged skies of the ancient Levant, the gods rise again, and with them a new champion of magic is born. But before we get into that, let's break down Shazam so this concept makes sense. Shazam, also known as Captain Marvel, is a DC comic superhero whose alter ego is Boom Batson, a teenage orphan chosen by the wizard Shazam. Billy transforms into a powerful adult superhero when he shouts the word Shazam, summoning the power of six legendary beings. Shazam is an acronym. S as the wisdom of Solomon, H strength of Hercules, A stamina of Atlas, C power of Zeus, A courage of Achilles, and M speed of Mercury. Shout out to this comment for the idea, and if you have a similar idea, let me know in the comments. Let's see what I can do. Alright, let's get into it. Who do we have first for wisdom?
Wisdom, Kathawakazi's title. The skilled and wise. Domain, god of craftsmanship, knowledge, technology, background. Kathar is the divine artisan and inventor. He forged the weapons of the gods and understood the secret workings of the cosmos, a god of builders, spell weavers, and hidden knowledge. Grants, hyperintelligence, and understanding of complex systems. Master of ancient languages, sigils, magical devices, insight into divine logic and interdimensional laws, able to craft energy weapons and magical tools instantly.
This is the skilled and wise, god of craftsmanship, knowledge, technology. This just makes sense off the bat. This is the perfect choice for wisdom. And our champion gains the hyperintelligence, the understanding of complex systems, master of ancient language. I like that. Magical devices, insight into divine logic. Oh wow. Yeah, they just giving us all of this for the wisdom. This champion is going to be smart, wise, very intelligent. We checking off a lot of these boxes. Interdimensional laws. We got insight to interdimensional laws. That is fire. I don't think we ever had that for a champion before. Able to craft energy weapons and magical tools instantly. Okay, so the energy weapons, that's kind of giving me like the Green Lantern, how they can make constructs out of light, so they can craft energy weapons like swords and shield, just anything they want as a weapon, you know what I'm saying? They just make it out of energy. Wow. And that's all tied into the wisdom, so let's not forget that this power is going to grant us a lot of versatility and a lot of options. All right, let's talk about strength.
Strength, Baal-Hadad. Title, Storm Lord and Slayer of Chaos. Domain, god of storms. War and fertility. Background, Baal is the champion of the Canaanite gods who battled sea monsters and the god of death. He commands thunder, rain, and wind, often depicted wielding lightning like a weapon. Grants strength, capable of shattering mountains and beasts. Control of thunder and wind through brute force. Empowerment during storms or in chaotic environments. Can summon storms to amplify power.
This is the Storm Lord, Slayer of Chaos. Slayer of Chaos is crazy. God of storms, war, nice. Strength capable of shattering mountains and beasts. Control of thunder and wind through brute force. Wow, what does that mean? They can control thunder and wind through brute force. Like if they punch, is that gonna feel like a whole lot of wind that just hit you? And then the thunder, like if they do like a thunderclap, like that's wow, I don't know. That's strong. That's giving me the Hulk almost. Empowerment during storms, okay, or chaotic environments. So in the midst of war, in the midst of storms, lightning, and all of that, this champion is getting more and more power. Yeah, you do not want to see this champion when it's time to go to war. You do not want this champion as an enemy. Can summon storms to amplify powers. So it doesn't even have to be a storm, a natural storm. This champion can just create a storm to amplify its own power. That's cheating. You just gonna do that? You just gonna make your own storm to get you more powerful? That's a hack. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Let's talk about the stamina. Let's make this champion crazy.
Stamina. El. Title. The father of gods and men. Domain. Supreme creator. Father of the pantheon. Background. El is the oldest and highest god in the Canaanite pantheon. He sits in stillness and endures eternally. From him comes patience, cosmic perspective, and strength through endurance. Grants immortality and divine patience, endless stamina and resistance to exhaustion, immune to age, fatigue, hunger, disease, inner calm that protects from spiritual corruption.
This is the father of gods and men. This is the supreme creator. This is the father of the pantheon. This is up there. It doesn't get higher than this. And this is only for stamina. Oh wow, I can't wait to see what's gonna be for power. So we got immortality, we got divine presence, endless stamina, okay, immune to age, fatigue, hunger, disease. Obviously, if you're gonna be like the gods of gods, you're gonna be immune to all of this stuff. You feel me? And then you got the inner calm that protects from spiritual corruption. Nice. Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy for the stamina. I never seen like the father of the pantheon being chosen for like stamina. It's usually for like power. You know what I'm saying? Like we might have Zeus power or Odin for power. But yeah, to have the father of the pantheon for stamina is crazy. And I'm curious on what we have for power. Let's get into it. Who do we have for power?
Power, and not title. The warrior goddess. Domain, goddess of battle, protection, and resurrection. Background. Anat is a fierce goddess who fought armies and tore gods apart. To protect her kin, she's fearless and unstoppable. Even against death, grants magical empowerment through divine rage, power surges in battle, especially when wounded. Ability to resurrect once per conflict, if defeated, wields enchanted weapons.
This is the warrior goddess. The battle, protection, resurrection. The fierce goddess who fought armies and tore gods apart. I understand now. This is why this is why she is for the power. Magical empowerment through divine rage. So now we have even more of a more power empowerment. We can get even more stronger because we can get it off the rage. Power surge in battle, especially when wounded. Another form of a power surge. Yeah, this champion. Yeah, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. There's no limit to how strong this champion is, and that is scary. Ability to resurrect once per conflict if defeated. So even if there were a chance that someone in DC Universe has the ability to put us down, we can come back once. Wields enchanted weapons summoned from the sky, so we have even more of an arsenal to play with. We just have weapons galore at this point. This is crazy. Yo, this Shazam is a warrior. This Shazam is probably the most strongest I've seen lately. Man, yeah, this I had never seen this one get put together like this. All right, let's keep going. I felt like it can get even more crazier. It's been getting crazier and crazier each time we get into a new category. So let's talk about courage.
Courage, reshape, title, flame of battle, domain, god of plague, war, and bravery. Background. Though associated with pestilence, Reshef was revered as a fiery guardian and war deity. He charged into battle where others fell back. Grants unbreakable will and mind, aura that resists fear-based or mental manipulation. Can ignite his body in sacred flame during battle. Empowers allies with his courage and clarity.
God of plague, war, bravery. Mm-mm-mm. Unbreakable will and mind, or there was this fear based. Yeah, so now we got mental manipulation that we can resist. We can resist all of that. Can ignite his body in sacred flames during battles. So now we have another form. So now we have even more of a power that we can play around with when it comes to our body. We get even more stronger. I feel like every time we talk about a new deity, we just have another level that we can just get into. It's like a Super Saiyan. One, Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4. It just gets stronger and stronger. powers allies with his courage and clarity. Yeah, so that's fixed perfect with the courage. The more that this champion is feeling empowered, those around him is going to feel it as well. All right, last but not least, let's talk about speed.
Speed, Shapash title. The sun goddess domain. Solar deity, divine messenger. Background, Shapash rides the chariot of the sun across the sky, acting as a bridge between life and death. She is light incarnate and the one who guides gods and mortals. Grants flight at light speed. Solar-powered bursts that bend time and space. Ability to move between realms using solar gates. Reflexes that slow the world around her.
This is the sun goddess, solar deity, divine messenger. A lot of these divine messengers are the speed. They are the fastest, and it makes sense. So she rides a chariot. Okay, so we got flight at light speed. There we go. There we go. Faster than light. Yeah. Solar power burst that bends time and space. Yo, this Shazam, this might be number one. The speed is crazy. Ability to move between realms using solar gates, reflexes that slow the world around her. So not only can this champion move at the speed of light, this champion has reflexes that can slow down time around her. So this champion is hitting you so fast, slowing you down. This champion is crazy. This a 10 out of 10. Oh my goodness. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Shazam. I feel like it's off the charts. It's definitely something I want to see more. They can fit this type of build because this champion is the prime example of what a Shazam character should be, should look like. Y'all let me know in the comments. And y'all stay safe.